Hello everyone, today we're beginning our new topic of the Amazon rainforest. Now to begin this topic we're going to be looking closely at where in the world we would locate or find rainforests. To start off with, I would like to have a think, what do you already know about rainforests? And secondly, what do you think rainforests are like? We have seen some photos and we've briefly talked about it in previous lessons, but not in much detail. I would like to know what you already know and what you think rainforests are like. Please feel free to write this down if you think it'd be better. You can even just think about it or even just talk to someone about it, however you would like. Pause the video here and have a think, please, year 4, off you go. Okay, so I bet you've got lots and lots of different imaginative ideas that I really wish I could hear, but to start with, rainforests are very dense, hot forests. Now, although they're hot, they're called rainforests because of the high level of rainfall that they get every year. So it doesn't matter if they're hot because they actually rain a lot, all right? Now we will be learning lots more information about rainforests. We will be looking at the fact that in a rainforest there are different layers to a rainforest. We will be looking that there are different tribes, so groups of people that live in a rainforest. We will be looking at the types of animals and plants. There are lots and lots of different species that live in a rainforest. But for now, I would like you to keep those ideas in your brain and then we'll revisit them at a later date. Rainforests are a type of biome. Does anyone know what a biome is? Have a look at the pictures on the right and see if that gives you any ideas. You can pause the video if you'd like some extra time to think. A biome, or biomes, because there are many of them, are areas of the planet and they all have similar climate, landscapes, animals and plants. And what lives in each biome, so what plant or animal lives in each biome, really depends on how warm or how cold it is, how dry or how wet it is, and how fertile the soil is. And the animal in the biome depends for things, and so do plants. Animals depend upon plants for food. They need to survive just like we do. And the plants also depend on the animals because they want the animals to spread pollen or seeds so that new plants can grow. So they're both relying on each other to stay alive in a biome. Now the type of biome that we are looking at are tropical rainforests. There are lots of biomes and you're more than welcome to pause the video if you want to read more. And tropical rainforests are the type of biome that we're looking at this term, all right? So they have the climate that is hot, so we know it's very hot there, but it's also wet and that's all year round. So we know that we get some rain here, but it's not all year, is it? We have some hot, we have some sun, we have some nice weather, but in a tropical rainforest, it is generally wet all year round. In a tropical rainforest as well, they have half of all the different types of plants and animals on the planet that live in the tropical rainforest. So over half of all the plants and animals that exist and live in the rainforest, and that is their habitat, okay? I want you to have a look at this map of the world and have a think, where do you think rainforests are on this map of the world? Have a think, rainforests have a climate that is hot, but it's also wet. Where do you think that's most likely to be in the world? Pause the video, have a scan of the map of the world and have a think. Whilst you're doing that, can you also try and see if you can find where we live on the map too, please? Pause the video here and have a think, please. Off you go. Okay, so I can gather that you'd have lots of different discussions and lots of thoughts on where rainforests might exist on this map of the world. But where do we live, first of all? What continent do we live in, year 4? Can you remember? What continent do we live in? Do we live in Antarctica? And if not, why not? It's very cold in Antarctica and it's not cold all the time here, is it? We live in Europe. Now, we live just here. This is where the UK is. And we live around here somewhere. Now that looks really, really small. However, it only looks small because the world is so big. Okay? Now, in the world, there is an imaginary line. And that imaginary line is called the equator. And you can see that word just here. Okay? Now the equator is a very, very high temperature. So it's quite hot. Okay? And above the equator there's a line, another imaginary line, called the Tropic of Cancer. And below the equator there's another line called the Tropic of Capricorn. All right? I want you to have a think about what you think might lie between those two lines, the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. Have a look at the name, the Tropic of Cancer, the Tropic of Capricorn. What do you think might be there? Well, most of the world's tropical rainforests are between the two tropics, and that gives you a really big clue. The name, tropics, and these are tropical rainforests. Now, not all of them are here, but most of them exist between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. And because the equator is a very, very hot place on Earth, this means that it's hot, which gives the tropical rainforest the climate that it has. But it also means that it rains more. It rains more in these areas, okay? And that is why tropical rainforests are there. It wouldn't be right for a tropical rainforest to, for example, to exist in Antarctica. It doesn't have the right biome, the right climate for the tropical rainforest to exist in. So that is why they exist between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn, okay? Now here's a little bit of a different map, but it's still the world map. And the sections in green on this world map show you where the tropical rainforests of the world are. Now we want to find out what are the continents where most tropical rainforests exist, and that is our goal for today. But firstly, we need to understand what a continent is and whether we can remember any of the continents. Now there are 7 continents, and I'll give you a clue. One of them isn't on this picture, okay? So that's making it a bit more challenge. Can you pause the video and have a go at writing down or naming any of the 7 continents? Pause the video here, please. Off you go. Let's see if you got them right. So the world is split into 7 sections called continents, all right? So let's see if you got them right. The one that wasn't on the picture was Antarctica, and that is a very cold place, all right? We know that we are in Europe, and Europe is just here. North America is here, and North America is quite easy one to spot because it's in the north, and we know the north is up here. And then we've got the one that sounds pretty similar to North America, which is in South America, but it's in the south. It's below it. All right, so those two, pretty easy to remember where they are because you can look at the direction of where they are. Here is Africa. Here is Asia, and Australasia is here. Australasia is made up of New Zealand and Australia, so we need to remember that one, all right? So if we just flick back to our sections in green here, I wonder if now you can tell me the continents that tropical rainforests are located in. You might want to pause the video. If you would like to pause it, go for it. But if not, can you please tell me one continent where tropical rainforests of the world are located, please? Ah, good job. So you've spotted this huge area of green here, which does spread onto a bit of Australasia, but it's mainly located in Asia. So Asia is one of the continents where most tropical rainforests of the world are found. Well done. Can you find any others? What is this continent here? Because we can see more green here, but what is this continent here for? Is it Europe? No, it's not Europe. What is it? Is it North America? No, because North America's in the north, we know that. This is Africa. So Africa is another continent where tropical rainforests of the world are. Finally then, what's this one, please? We know this one really well by now. Well done. It's South America because it's in the south. And did you know the Amazon rainforest is located in South America? Fantastic. So if you remember, our equator is just around here. Can you tell me what line is above the equator? Well done, it's the Tropic of Cancer. And what line is below the equator? The Tropic of Capricorn. Fantastic. Well done, Year 4. I hope you got those right. Okay, just before you go on to your own activity, I've got a little quiz for you here to test and see what you've remembered this lesson, all right? So there is a little map up here just to give you a bit of a clue. But my first question is, can you remember how many species of animals and plants are found in tropical rainforests? Now, clue, We didn't give an exact number. Okay, how many species of animals and plants are found in tropical rainforests? Pause the video if you need to. The answer is over half of all the species of Earth exist in and live in the tropical rainforest. Well done. Number 2, which continent is the Amazon rainforest located in? I wonder if you can remember which continent the Amazon rainforest is located in. South America. Well done. Number 3, which continents are most tropical rainforests found in? There were 3. We've got our map here if you need some help. I can hear lots of you saying South America, Africa and Asia. Good job. And finally, which 2 tropics do most tropical rainforests lie between? I wonder if you can test yourself even further and maybe draw the equator and the 2 lines above and below it and label them too. You might want to pause the video here, but if you don't, and if you already know it, fantastic. The 2 tropics are the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. Well done, Year 4. I am so impressed with your knowledge already. So your task is to complete the worksheets available to you, okay? They will be in a document for you. And until then, I will see you in our next lesson.